I love the smell of Tula ammo in the morning.
Hello, 45 Alpha Charlie Papa channel, and today we are going to install the Bull Pup stock for the High Point carbine. This is available in 5 different colors. You can get it in black. This is the Arctic Gray. They've got an OD green. They've got a desert tan. They've got a flat dark earth. And there's another color in there I can't remember right off the top of my head, but I know there's 5 different colors available in this stock. Now if you want one of these stocks, you got to go to High Tower Armory's website. They are not available yet to the general public unless you are on their waiting list. It'll tell you in there you need to get on their sign up for their newsletter and get on a waiting list for these stocks. I originally saw these early this year. It was probably January, February when I saw that these were being developed and were going to be out there. I got myself on a waiting list for them. Kind of forgotten about it, and a couple weeks ago I got an email saying, hey, you know, we've got them available, you're on the list. Do you want one? So I showed this to my son, Q-Man, who bought this rifle too. He saw it and said, I gotta have that. And went ahead and bought it. Went to the gun show just last weekend and picked up a High Point carbine in which to put in this. So, kind of an idea of what these are. Really cool. Really going to shorten the rifle. We're going to kind of take some of this weight that's here, push it back a little bit. I think it'll give it a little bit better balance, make it a little bit easier to shoot. But we'll see how this shoots, see how it goes on. But let's get over to the bench. We'll take this apart, get it dropped into this stock, and see what we think. Okay, we're here in the shop, and go ahead and get this rifle taken down. Go ahead and take the charging handle off here. Actually, let's okay. Go ahead and take the charging handle off, because with this conversion I will not need it. It changes the position of this, so set that aside. I've got a couple of pivots here. Always. Alright, there's that one. There's one. We'll need to keep those. There we go. And we need to take this off here. Alright, and this little piece comes up too. Man, they made sure this is in there tight. Don't think this hits. There we go. There we go. I didn't think that had to come off of there. It's just on there very tightly. I mean, I told you that these things were, there we go, better made than most people give them credit for. And we'll take the guts of the rifle out here. Oh, she's not giving up easy. There we go. The basic part of the High Point carbine. Very, very, very simple. Got to take this front sight off, but the rest of this, save it. If it ever has to go back to the factory for any warranty work, you will want to send it in its original stock, because if you send it in this, they will send it back to you in this. Just so you know. And their customer service is good, but they're going to take any aftermarket stuff you put on there, take it off, and put their own stuff back on. All we want is the meat and potatoes. Let's get this front sight off here. That's all there is taking the sight bases off of these. They're just a couple of screws. Alright, I went ahead and I kind of cleaned up the action a little bit. Ran a patch through the bore, got it cleaned up. That way we can go ahead and start putting this together. One of the first things you need to do is add this. They're calling it a counterbalance, and what this does is that this whole thing works on the weight of the bolt, and by putting this counterbalance on, that's going to, because you took your charging handle off, this is supposed to replace the weight of this charging handle. So that should be the correct screw. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit blue thread locker on here because this will be underneath the stock. So just a tad on there so that it doesn't go any place. Get that on there, tighten it down, find the right Allen wrench here. Oh, maybe they didn't give me the right one. Oh, there we go. Put that in there, tighten it down good and snug. Yep, gotta have this on there. Okay, now let's get this apart. We've got to take down here, get that pulled up, and then this pulls up like so. So pull this back, pull this out, and this top part should come off. It is very snug, as you want it to be. There we go. So now it's in two pieces, and basically when you order these, this is always going to be black here, and then this will be whatever color that you happen to order. You do have some adjustment here for your trigger. It's kind of pre-adjusted at the moment. I know that these need to be forward, and you drop the unit into place. There we go. And we can play with it a little bit. We'll go ahead and get it put together here, and then we can play with the with it a little bit as to how we want that to be. All right, because there is some adjustment in that trigger. I'm just not sure how much we need to play with that at the moment. Some other stuff we have to do here. We've got our takedown pins here. We've got some new springs that they supplied. So you got to take the springs that are on there off, and the narrow end goes on. There's one. Probably makes it easier to take apart. Come on. There we go. And there's two. There's your takedown pins. I'm just curious on. You know, there's some take up there, but I don't think it's all that bad. I think we'll be okay for right now. We'll play with that as we get going here. So these slots go forward. These come in from the back side. And through. There we go. Nope, I'm sorry. These have to go this way. Then the pin pushes through and you push them forward and that locks that pin in. So do it on the back side here, and those springs makes these spring loaded so that they're easier when you need to get them out for them to come out. So forward, back, forward. That's locked in. There is no piece on the bottom like on the original. Now we've got the action in there. We've got to get the charging handle on. Because it moves the charging handle up front. You've got a couple of pieces here if you wanted to take this knuckle guard off that cover this area and this area, give you back your sling point. So let's get this. And you can get more of these. They do offer so you can have the charging handle on either side. But let's get this in here. There we go. Ah, there we go. Let's get it up like so. And compress the spring until it drops into the little, there's this little slot down here. This becomes your charging handle. I'm all for a tight fit. Anytime you can get something like this and it fits snug like this. Yes, I'm struggling with it, but I think overall, there we go. There we go. Pull the takedown forward. Oops. Forward. Get the lock back in there. There we go. Make sure that falls back forward. That's not coming off of there. And there we go. The stock is on. Okay, we've got one last thing to put on the rifle before. Reason we put the charging handle on this side is Q-Man is left-handed, and if you're going to run this Bull Pup left-handed, you've got to use this deflector. Catches right here. That keeps the gas and the shells from hitting you in the face as a left-hander. So let's go ahead and get that installed on the rifle now. It does come with a little longer screw. I believe that's what that's for. Take that out. Let's put the deflector on. It dropped right in. Go ahead and tighten it up here. That should be good enough. It's good and snug. That deflector keeps the shells from blasting you in the face as a left-hander. But all went together relatively simply. It was a little tight. It took a little bit of finagling to get it on there, but once it's on there solid. There is some adjustment in the trigger, so if you don't like the way it's set up from the factory, you can play around with it. There's a couple screws in there. You can play around with it, get it to feed. There you go, the Bull Pup conversion for the High Point. Doesn't even look like a High Point anymore. I think this is going to be a fun little rifle. It already feels, I've already put it up to my shoulder, it's so much shorter. The weight is distributed really well on it. It doesn't feel like anything now. I mean, it is lightweight, compact, and it feels lightweight. It's compact. It's going to be a very fast rifle. Charging handle, we've got it on this side because he's left-handed. Oh, that makes it, I like that charging handle. That is awesome. Well, there you go. We've got it all together. M-lock slots up here, so you can put M-lock accessories over on the side. It's got an aluminum rail on here, aluminum on the bottom, so you've got a very solid mounting points for your optics. This is going to be a fun little rifle. I tell you that right now. Yeah, we spent a little bit on the stock, but it is a quality stock. It's got lots of adjustments to it. We'll take it out, shoot it, kind of give you our impressions of it, but right now, I like it. I like it a lot. This is 45 Alpha Charlie Papa Channel, out.